This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing at 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at aeroplumbing.net.
Well, good morning, and here we are on the Alice Stewart Show. This is Laurie Lee with Trace Strategies, sitting in for the illustrious Alice Stewart, who will be back with you on her show on Monday. And Jessica, I've just had a wonderful time. Thanks for having me. You are amazing.
Well, thank you for filling in. You've done a great job these past 2 days.
Jessica makes everybody look good. On the phone with me, we have Marjorie Dannenfelser. She is the president and original organizer of the Susan B. Anthony List, which is a national pro-life group dedicated to pursuing policies and electing candidates to reduce and ultimately end abortion. And Marjorie, thank you for coming on this morning.
Hello, ladies. I love a lady show. This is fun.
I had the blessing of working with Marjorie and her organization here in Arkansas and in Kansas for the 2014 election cycle, where we did phenomenal things. Your campaign was absolutely instrumental in the swing that we had, and was just a prodigy of what needs to happen as far as ground game across the United States. And I wanted to have you on this morning and just share a little bit about what that looked like, specifically here in Arkansas, if you will, first, and then we'll kind of branch out to what you guys did in the nation.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, Laurie, you're going to have to brief. you're going to help me brief this here, because I know, and I'll just say this, I laugh, but we at the Susan B. Anthony List and our partner Super PAC, it's called Women Speak Out, began early in the year building teams in Arkansas, North Carolina, and Louisiana, really on a different line than many pro-life efforts in the past. And it really is just emphasizing that human being to human being contact that I think is easy to get lost in all the political air wars and media buys and leafleting and, stuff that comes in the mail. When it comes down to it, the art of the personal is really the art of politics. And that was really what you, Laurie Lee, led in Arkansas. And we saw something that, frankly, I have never seen in the pro-life movement, and I'm not going to tell you how long that's been for me, but but the ground game in those three states added up to being almost 800 people working, going door to door, and all those three states talking about what was at stake, in particular in Arkansas, with Mark Pryor being the so-called representative of the will of the people, and especially women, and what Tom Cotton had to offer when it came down to protecting unborn children, clearing up what I believe, and I think I've heard you say this too, Laurie, the misunderstanding about Mark Pryor's record. The democracy flourishes when the truth prevails. And one person communicating with another human being about that in a loving way and firm is so important, and nothing can substitute for that. And it really prevailed in Arkansas and Louisiana, North Carolina, and then with your help in Kansas. It's a beautiful day and a hope-filled moment. It really is.
It really is. And I got to tell you, I've done a lot of ground game over the last decade and a half or so, knocked a lot of doors, and been on a lot of campaigns. And this brainchild that you guys had was magnificent. We went to, in Arkansas, 144,000 doors we knocked. That's a real number. We knocked 144,000 doors and made 65,936 live calls into low-propensity voters. The magic behind this campaign, and that was just in Arkansas, the magic behind this campaign was you guys' brilliance in determining what demographic to hit. And we hit low-propensity pro-life voters, which had never been done before like this. Can you go into a little bit of why you guys chose to do that way?
Well, I think it's so important. Any one of us has, just in our daily lives, have 1,000 good things that we could do. But we have to refine down and figure out what are the most important things in my day-to-day. Well, it's certainly the same in a political campaign in terms of getting a majority of the votes. So who are the folks that we know will vote for us, or we think will vote for our candidates if we only bring the message to them? There are people who are already registered to vote, but they're not voting every single time. And so they have kind of a spotty record of getting to the polls on Election Day. And this is unique to the pro-life movement, they have the intensity behind their pro-life beliefs. So kind of setting afire that intensity again and reminding them how this is the gift of the founders to go to the polls on Election Day means that we've got kind of the perfect storm of voter contact. That group of people that we're targeting has the perfect combination of bringing out of intensity, of believing this issue, plus being reminded that while I'm registered to vote, you must vote this time because it's too important. And I think what happens is that there's so much cynicism in politics that it's very hard to believe the messages that you're receiving sometimes. But when you get that personal phone call, or you have that personal interaction at the front door, or you know somebody was there and was trying to talk to you, it cuts through some of that cynicism. And I'll just say it works.
It did work.
Tom Cotton knows it.
It cut through the white noise. It cut through the white noise of all of the TV, radio, print, mail. Your organization pulled this off amazingly. I was so blessed to have been a part of it in Arkansas and Kansas. And as succinctly as you can, because we may be running out of time, what does it mean now that we have a pro-life Senate majority?
Oh, wow. It means hope is alive. That in 40 years, we have not had an opportunity to really eliminate abortion at any stage in the child's life, unborn life. And now there is great hope we'll have sizable majorities, without question, in both houses. And we're getting very close to actually passing a law that will actually save some of these children's lives, 18,000 a year after 20 weeks. They're ready to go. I've met with all the senators that are coming and the new House members. They're all ready to go on this legislation, and that is a testimony to every person who knocked on a door and made a phone call in any of these races.
It was phenomenal. We went into Kansas 3 weeks prior to the election. We built a team of, I think it was 160 canvassers in that time, 5 field directors. And Marjorie, I think we ended up hitting 35,000 doors within that 3 week. Does that sound right?
At least.
Yeah.
It's at least that much. In fact, I believe it's more than that. And just so everybody knows, pray hard, because that people are going door to door right now in Louisiana to try to pull out that last Senate race for Bill Cassidy and help us in the Senate again. So they're doing that today. And
they've hit over 100,000 or 150,000 doors in Louisiana. So, prayers.
It's jaw-dropping.
It
prayers,
is.
Exactly.
It is. It was a magnificently run campaign. Thank you so much for including me. I loved it. I look forward to working with you guys in the future. I am ardently pro-choice, and I think I'm going to see you in December.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not letting you get far away. Don't you worry.
I'm
really privileged.
I loved it. I just absolutely, and more than that, I love to win. It was a great win. I love to work, but I love to win. So, Marjorie, thank you so much. Thank you for your organization and all you do, and I will see you in December.
I'll see you then.
Thanks, Marjorie.
Bye-bye.
This is Laurie Lee sitting in for Alice Stewart on the Alice Stewart Show. Our sponsor is Arrow Plumbing, who can be reached at 501-588-3200, or you can visit them at arrowplumbing.net.